previous two scenarios to be so in this one, in Return to Wesmere Part 1, we overran some, let's say, fortress from the Chaos Empire between us and Wesmere. And yeah, then we talked plans. We sent Horo and Kiara away with the Journal of Agin, so it would reach the Grand Council even if I and Malkesha do not return. And so the Grand Council even knows what's going on. Yeah, it's a very short recap, but you can watch the stream anywhere, so I don't think I have to repeat everything. Then let's go. This is sort of the last scenario of the campaign, the last battle scenario at least. Afterwards there's one more story scenario, and this scenario right now is split into two parts, which I can play back to back and will play back to back. Let's go. No matter how many times I set foot in this ravaged land, the sight remains as appalling as ever. Wesmere is cursed. No green life will ever thrive in it again, as long as the forces of Inferno thirst for revenge upon us. Now that we head back into these caves, I can't help but ponder Malkesha's words. Am I in denial of my own thirst for revenge now? Perhaps my quest isn't as noble as I want to believe it is. We aren't so different after all. Oh. Recruit or recall 6 units. I cannot end my first turn until I've recalled or recruited as many units. I can recruit from a starting location I do not actually need to keep right now, and I cannot get more units than the ones I recall right now. So yeah, and there's no turns run out. Like, I try to end my turn now, and it tells me you cannot end your turn yet, which is true. Also, I've got carryover gold from last scenario, but that doesn't matter because all recruit... Actually? Okay, yeah, you don't see it here, but my recruit cost is set to 0, just like my recall list is. While on the recall list you can actually see it. So, because I recruited the Dark Adept and I really don't want him, I'm not gonna take it. So I've got Cat Begemot, Inky, Yotender, Polar Zola, Mini Mogul, and Shrek Slayer. And that's Singer. No, Iris, I'm not gonna do a Dark Adept challenge. Although it's actually far more doable than the Fairy challenge, because you have access to Dark Adepts more times than you have to Fairies, I think, at least so far. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, of course I undid the Dark Adept one. Like, I'm doing a Fairy challenge. I can't just recruit a Dark Adept in between. Whoops, didn't want to undo this. Also note how they've got their movement points reduced, so I don't have to tangle with them. They are not the important part. Oh, not a Dark Adept but a single one. Just Alinia, Malkesha, and Bob, the Dark Adept. Yeah, no thanks. You can ask Hain War if he wants to do that, but I won't, that's for sure. So yeah, and this is basically the place we visited in Under the Sands, like ages ago from an invasion from the unknown. Also note how I literally can't move over there to basically force me to funnel into the actual interesting place. Now we've moved in here, and the new objectives is locate Yechnagor's heart, which is somewhere down there supposedly. Also note that I did not take Uber Alinia with me for specific reasons. Okay, damn, I gotta read that out. For specific reasons that would be spoiler and will be found out in, I think, episode 3. Yeah, and that is an ominous objective screen if I've ever seen one. That's right, Iris. You did a good job. A great job even. So this Pudrid place seems much larger than it was the last time we set foot on it. Clearly our friends have been busy at work here. It's quite a maze. It will be no easy task to find the Echnagof's heart, whatever it looks like. Of course, I imagine it must give off an evil presence of some kind. I'm certain we will be able to tell once we find it. About this maze thing, I just want to point out that you've got literally only one way you can move for the whole scenario, so I'm not seeing the maze part, honestly. Like, of course, there are a couple of doors that exist, but we can actually move into those, so that's a moot point from my point of view. Also note that I only have 3 more armlets to get in this campaign, which is pretty cool. Oh no, she was poisoned and is not that far away from a level up, so it's not that terrible. No. Scary. No, it was actually not smart of me to get her poisoned, but it doesn't really matter. Or rather, because it doesn't matter, I didn't care about it. See, she just wrecks everyone around. Yep. Actually wondering where Miriam is, because she did want to see the next stream. Huh. Maybe she fell asleep or something. Yeah, also note that just because I wiped out them when I first went through doesn't mean that they won't respawn like they do. So yeah, splitting up and going one by one is a no-go here. You would have to fight them multiple times. So yeah, it's also a point for moving through as fast as possible, so you don't have to fight them when they spawn from behind you. So woohoo, I'm gonna get arcane resistance for my next level, and in this level I think there's not a single unit that actually deals arcane damage. But yeah, the advancements carry over for the next episode, so that's fine. Burn! Burn even more so. Yeah, and I've got my free heal. Also die. So yeah, imagine if I had undead units with me, who would pretty much all be vulnerable to impact damage, which they are likely to deal. It would be actually quite harder. Like, the damage the drones can deal to my forest spirits is healed within 1 turn, while damage dealt to undead would take far longer to heal. So yeah, having only forest spirits is actually suited if you want to invade a Shaxx alive. Also free heal for him. Not actually sure if this does, and if this changes anything, like maybe Shaxx respawns slower. I wouldn't know, but it would be a really nice touch. like when I wipe out the math to explore systems. Like, remember they've got some symbiotic thing going on with the Shaxels. So here's a thought from Iris to offer. If you replaced sprites with dark fairies who don't have wings, would it still be Tinkerbell meter? I say yes, because I define it as fairies only. It wouldn't look like Tinkerbell anymore, but it would still be fairies. I mean, I admit it would probably be cooler to name it something different, which also matches the look. But there's also the question if Tinkerbell meter would even be viable with, well, we've got the Dusk Fairies instead of sprites, because Dusk Fairies don't have an advancement with OP resistances. So it would be actually way harder. The Dusk Fairies have going for them pretty strong range damage, melee drain, and chaotic alignment. So yeah, that's at least the stats I know of. Okay, apparently I don't know the standard Dark Fairy. And yeah, there is no official stats for the Dark Fairies right now, so there is also no standard Dark Fairy to begin with, making it even different what the exact stats would be. So I have no idea if I could do it with them or not, because, well, it does depend on the stats in hand. Like, if I had only Dryads, just no. So hashtag bringer A of chaos back. I have no idea what is even supposed to refer to. Please enlighten me, Iris. Preach the gospel. Oh, bring Era of Chaos back. Whoops. If I remember this correctly, that one is still on 1.12 and not yet on 1.14. Also, why do you want to bring it back? I mean, that is a valid question, right? Ouch. I want another healing. Oh yeah, I heal just as I wanted. Also, no enemies yet. Okay, so Era of Chaos has been assimilated into Ageless anyway, which is honestly not unexpected. Like, for those who do not know this, Ageless Era is basically a lot of factions, well, merged into one. But yeah, it's not very playable or balanced, even though they are really trying. But having to balance, I guess, 20 or 30 eras between each other is very much hopeless. So. Okay, so deck, the only point of interest of Iris and the Dark Fairy of in the what's it called? In the Era of Chaos is that it had a Dark Fairy line with Iris' own artistic blessing. Hey, this one is orange. It's a different color than the others, right? Just check. Oh. Okay, I guess I don't have anyone close enough to actually check. Yeah, I think orange. Different color one from the previous enemies. So I should be getting close to the enemy leader that's gonna appear soon. Hey, also some Whirlish. Some Psycrawlers. Okay, this is actually way too many Psycrawlers, but it doesn't matter, I've got Malcatcher. Malcatcher can do this. Yep, it's a different color. So apparently the enemy leader just doesn't show up in the status table. Malcatcher is just gonna handle all of them, because everyone else is actually kinda weak against them. So apparently I've made progress far faster than Iris. To be fair, my forest spirits have pretty good movement on everything you throw at me, while if you have undead, especially at rocks or skeletons anyway, they are being slowed by the mushrooms, by the cave, by everything pretty much. Right now Malcatcher is the slowest unit I have, and since I don't actually need him to fight all the time, it doesn't matter. He can just trail behind and then catch up while I fight the others. So yeah, that's why I'm making progress far faster than someone that uses undead in this scenario. Or even like maybe you even bring Queen of units in here, which got a worse movement time for this kind of scenario. Or maybe you got some orcs, or I think orcs are not that bad. Actually, what other units do you have? Okay, you've got ghosts, but they don't have the problem. But yeah, mostly it's the skeletons and the what are they called? The Queen of that would slow you down in this scenario. And here Iris did admit that she brought slow units along, so I think the mystery of her slow progress has been solved quite satisfyingly too. Whoa. Fun fact by the author, originally this scenario had a mechanic where you died if you went too far from a linear, you would die instantly. And I actually have to think about how that would work even. And my best guess is that like when we went through this place in Invasion from the Unknown, Gallus was crushed by Agon's presence underground, and I would think it's somewhat related to that, like they had to bring Gallus with them along the linear close to her, so this wouldn't happen again, so her inner light could protect them. And I think it might be at least tangentially related to that, I guess. I don't know for sure. Oh, okay, in this case it would just be Shaxtel eating my units. Shaxtel creatures, to be precise. This does make me wonder, why would they not eat my fairy still? Like, what? You know what would be a fun gimmick? Like Shaxtel leaders receiving bonus income for Matrix flow systems and Matrix cores alive. That would be like, of course not any, but those on their own side being alive. It would be kinda interesting, I think. Would also symbolize the whole would be kind of symbolize the symbiotic relationship they have. The need for sites where the units just keep spawning, it's represented by how fast the respawn rate of them is slowed by destroying mathematical closed systems and matrix cores, at least in some scenarios where it was worth the effort. But for leaders, for sites with leaders, it doesn't serve such thing. Yeah, I got a spare mod in Twitch, but well, let's just delete that one. At least so first of all, delete the message and then ban the user. Ban. So yeah, now we're in the second part of the scenario, and which happens once you defeat the enemy leader. And I gave you an idea for a future update. Is it the bonus income from Netflix store systems, or is it something else? So also, next part of the scenario was triggered by defeating the enemy leader. Which way should we go? Let's go to the right. I think I heard something coming from that direction. So yeah, and the second part of the scenario is specially marked by all those doors which were visible on the map are now actually usable, like units you can destroy. Even though there's still this bug that the sprite doesn't match what we see on the battlefield. And yeah, apparently the new idea is indeed this bonus income, which I think is quite nice. I like my idea. So, and I'm going there anyway just to wipe out enemies. Just because I can, especially because I've got no turn limit. Wait, let's just give me a moment to check after this GitHub. Just running if the door thing issue is still open. Oh, okay, so the unit on the battlefield doesn't even have a sprite, and that's why they can't match it. Which would also explain this. So yeah, the graphics are dictated by the terrain instead. So yeah, it's not an after the storm bug, it's a Wesnoth bug in this case. If I understand this correctly. Oh no, more enemies. Whatever shall I do? Except wipe them out. Right, I remember. Oh yeah, bug sprite ups. Door sprite. Yeah. Hey, the last time I played this scenario, I apparently had a Deathblade, a Drog, 2 Spectres, a Night Goat, and a Bane Bow. Yep, that accounts for everyone. So, to add another explanation, the image used on the sidebar, like this one, is set separately, but evidently it's only used on the sidebar help instead of the statistics as well there. So not in other places you would expect it to be used. See? No oh, it's not even used. Wait, what the hell? This thing is that fast? Why? Also, it's... the special nodes are kinda buggy apparently. See? There's a space missing. And it has no resistances at all. Interesting. Okay, so it's that fast and it has no resistance, like... what? I'm confused. Also, you cannot... can I check the kind of damage I did? Yeah. This is weird, honestly. Like, do they have resistances? They have no resistances either. Fun fact. Look, I am very judgmental about that stat. Like, seriously, just no. And I still think it's weird that both the Netflix scroll system and the door have no resistances to begin with. Like, What? This Matrix who has no resistances either. I am being very judgmental now. You bet on that. But do not fret, Iris. Yumi said that I can blame her for every single API I changed in Wesnoth 1.15. So it's not your fault, it's Yumi's fault. Okay? Everything is okay. No need to cry. Also, yeah, I gotta keep moving. Over there was of course nothing, it's just technical. If I could have broken down this door in the first part of the scenario, I could have just walked in there and could have spared the whole, well, this part down there. Okay, so apparently the lack of resistance is Iris' fault, so we can blame her for that. You did a bad thing. But does it mean I can also blame Iris for the lack of, no, for the resistance, no, for the steadfast of the door? Because if so, what the hell? Excuse me, Iris, why would you eat me? I'm not even tasty, okay? Like, I really am not tasty. And not very nourishing as well. So it would be kinda not a good idea to eat me. You know? Just saying. Also note how I'm getting really close to getting the 2 upgrades before the scenario is over. Also, do not fret, just because I finished my upgrades in this campaign doesn't mean I won't have access to any in the next campaign, because those episodes kind of belong to each other. The available advancements kind of update for each episode, so I added on top, which is really cool, honestly. Because she unlocks her power bit by bit, and the happenings of each episode make it possible for her to unlock even more. Which is honestly pretty cool design if you think about it. And no, I'm not praising the offer just so she won't eat me. Although it might be related. Okay, die. I don't really need to take that one because I can level up instead to heal, and I'm close enough for sure. Also look at my spirits leveling up one by one and getting more XP, which is pretty nice. Makes them even more tankier. Even tankier. So, just to read it out, Iris hates these early maps where I'm constantly at the edge of the map, and I have actually no idea what we are referring to. Like... what? I'm confused. Oh, early compared to episode 3, like here I'm constantly moving around at the edge of the map, and I will continue to do so in this episode, in this scenario, for quite a while, and apparently Iris doesn't like that. Why though? Maybe it's not that great, but honestly I don't care. Like, what difference does it even make? Also, look, I've got a level up, and now I've got impact resistance, which I can actually make use of against the drones and shack cells. Oh yeah, it's the argument the case she's making is that it looks bad from a testicle point of view. Like, for example, if all units are over there, you can't really center in on them because you can't scroll further to the right. Which I guess is a valid concern. Yeah, and my... Oh damn it, I gotta redo that. And I've just earned a seal of approval for my explanation, so apparently I was right. First of all, hold on now, I hear something. A female voice. You know what, I'm gonna try. No, I'm not gonna try. Anyway, from our point of view, gibberish, probably just another language, and I've no idea how the hell I'm supposed to pronounce any of that. Just no. So, a female voice is talking with 5 sentences? Indeed. What is that mechanical voice? And then a male voice is answering, also with 4 sentences this time, presumably in the same language, which we already, Linear and Marquesha and the Force Spirits, just don't understand. If I remember correctly, this is Asgarian, like the language the creators of the Shaxels talked in. Whatever it is, it sounds like bad news for us. Can't help but agree on that, at least. Especially with that boom that followed afterwards. Also makes me wonder if I actually can get a linear that last level up before the before the scenario is over. But I sure will try. Try I will. First of all, die. Then second of all, die as well. Ooh, that was close. And we've got a new color of enemies. Like, here in this part up to over there it was brown, then we've got orange, and now we've got white, symbolizing a new part of the campaign, of the scenario. With... yeah. I think it's quite a nice way to show that the scenario transitions into another phase, especially with the different behavior of those units. Like the previous ones were always very intent on attacking me, but these white ones can recognize that they're totally outmatched and just don't bother to attack. So I have to actually be the one to take the first step towards them. Also slowing down my progress a little bit by doing so. I think this is the last part of the scenario. Like, once I get through this, things are gonna get serious. Like, very serious. So everyone is almost healed, that's great. Okay, Iris managed to remember the cipher she used for those words. Sadly, I have no idea what cipher it is, so I still don't know what they're actually saying. I know someone posted a translation of it at some point, but I'm not sure anymore what it was. Okay, so there's a big, huge thing that's totally not suspicious, surrounded by a couple of whirlish. Yep, that's triggered it. It's a very large, suspiciously vacant chamber. Huh, what do you think, Gillen, yeah? And now we're trapped. How predictable. I know. Let us be on guard for whatever those voices were talking about. And so that's what we're gonna do. Just wipe out the whirlage while we're at it. Also note the eerily note how eerily absent music is in this at this point of the scenario. Whatever is gonna happen, there's huge doubt that it's gonna be good for anyone. Tracks layer 69 420. What is that? Ooh. Uria be damned! Hey, that conspicuous glowing orb embedded in its torso seems important. Also, whoa, this looks scary. Yes, it must be the very thing we have been searching for. Our timing couldn't be any worse. Destroy it! Destroy it at all costs! Also, my catcher is taking damage, which is bad. Melon? Are you alright? This place is not doing me any good. There's a greater force at work in here, pulling our souls into it. I should be able to heal you, I don't think that will help for long. I'm going to help to lend you a hand while I can. Huh. I'll catch the most valued player ever. Yeah. Iris being like, Mr. Linear, I don't feel so good. And it's honestly really appropriate for this scenario. Yeah, the queen, with the objective destroy the queen, which this being the hive queen, level 5. Actually, let me read this one out, because whoa, this is long. Okay, also look to special notes again, have no bias between special notes and the victims. One of the greatest mysteries surrounding Jaxelkahan is their ability to follow orders from the servants of Uria. Even though they normally appear to be chiefly insentient, irrational creatures with no ability to understand or communicate with other life forms. Following the destruction of the hive in the ruins of Veldon, it's been theorized by some that their behavior could be driven by commands from a single controlling entity of their own species. Supposedly being the Hive Queen, which is level 5, has a melee attack. It slows 28.2, 18 times 3 damage on melee. What the hell? I cannot stress this enough, this is OP. Also, fun fact, I can deal damage to this thing. First of all, I'm not hitting, but it's not what I mean. Also be prepared to a lot of units dying. Ouch. Yep, just damage it and it literally says nope. Fun! Anyway, be prepared to see a lot of units dying. I'm just really glad that it doesn't have leadership or something. Yeah, leadership. It has regenerates protection, so it buffs the resistance of the surrounding units, and it has absorb damage. Units with disability will not take damage. Fun! Fun. So yeah, and Iris just pointed out that yeah, absorb damage is like implementation of the absorb damage ability in her campaigns, which actually checks out from the numbers, I'm pretty sure. Actually, does this even work? Do they receive that bonus resistances? Yep, they do, I think. Yep, they do indeed. Die anyway. Yeah, and Iris is indeed admitting that she has multiple implementations of the same ability, which I actually don't mind. And whoa, 4 Matrix cores to destroy. This... Let me guess, if I destroy them, the thing will take damage. We found those things before, and they're all capital. They must have something to do with the hive. Possibly this creature as well. Perhaps some kind of power source? Try destroying them. Sure will. Also, Malkesha is still taking damage. Luckily, he can be healed. Also, whoa, this is not good. Die. That's the first one. And it takes damage. This appears to be causing some damage to the beast. Very well. Let's do some more. Destroy the energy supply units in the Queen's Chamber. Sure, why not? Special notes. Like this special notes is the actual new special notes of 1.15, which is why those other special notes, like the old special notes, have no space between between the words. So yeah, first of all, die. Second of all, try to kill this one, which is honestly made being far more difficult by the fact that it slows me when I attack it on melee, and on range it deals far too much damage to actually attack it, at least to my forest spirits. So at this point, undead would be actually really useful. Well. Ooh, more damage. So, but I'm still not as far as I would like to be with destroying this thing. Yeah, I just don't have this huge damage I can deal to them. Also, whoa, they're spawning cycles. This is not cool. Wait, this was... Yeah, Shrek Slayer just died. Rest in peace. Just gotta add a description. Makes me actually wonder if I can win it like this. So... whoops. 69 from 20. Just 5 more graves to be dug. To dig. Die. So that's the third one. And actually destroying the last one is gonna be somewhat difficult. Because now I have to get through those frigging creatures. And I really need to time my attack on them well. Also just stay out of its range. Yeah, Alinia just bonks the Matrix core. It's super effective. It is indeed super effective because there's a 100 chance to hit, which is quite nice. Stop recruiting Psycrawlers. This hurts. Okay, Mini Mogul barely survived. Good job there. Your tender is in danger. Oh. Yotender died. Shame. Also, Malkesha is still almost dying the whole time, which is not good. Rip. Just copied it so I don't have to type this in every time. Tender. Psycrawler for the Psycrawler dog god according to the author. Die. Also, I think slowing this one, yeah, is a good idea. First of all, I hit all the hits. Second of all, my forest spirits are now actually able to attack without getting wiped out on ranged. So now's the question, if I do this, yep, they can reach him. Ah. But if I need to math something out. So they deal 4 damage, which he could tank, especially since he's gonna kill them on first, almost second hit. So yeah, I think this can work. Also, this is the 4th subfleet thing. But I still have to destroy this thing. It's working! Strike it down now! Yeah. How? Also, what I want to point out, this one did not take damage. Okay, so... Whoops. This is why I saved, because I thought it would work out, but of course they don't go for the melee attack, they go for the range attack, which admittedly makes... they did not go for the melee attack, which deals less damage, but for the... They did not go for the range attack, which deals less damage, but for the melee, which is more effective, which makes sense. Which one died just now? Mini Mogul died. So, what I want to point out just now, whenever I destroyed a Matrix for one of the 3 over there, the Hive Queen got slowed, but when I destroy the last one, it doesn't get slowed. Also... Really? Okay, so I obviously have to do something different, or I'm just gonna get wiped out on that scenario, at that point. Alright, Yotanda died over there. It's intentional even that the last one doesn't slow her, that's mean. Cruel even. Actually, no, I have to find a way to get Malkashet to attack this one there. Alright, I have an idea. Not sure if it's a smart idea, but I do have one idea. So I move him here, so he has the the best chance to dodge stuff. And I attack with melee after I slow this. So he actually heals up a little bit. Or at least he tried to. Off. And... Damn. Yeah, slowing her when the last curse is destroyed would make her a sitting duck for a rush, but on the other hand, not slowing her when the last core is destroyed makes me a sitting duck for her rush. Which I think is not that much better, honestly. Okay, she's just destroying everything that's thrown at him. Shame. I tried. How else do I even do this? I don't have this huge instant damage I would have with Undead. I always should keep my eye on her. Problem is I can't really afford to do that right now. So slow her again. That cat beggar might just be a sacrifice. I mean, whatever. Then... let's try it like this. I don't have the amount of units to chance of control pin her. Like... My undead got just wiped out pretty fast. My fairies are not good enough for doing this. Ouch. That was mean. Like, whoa. Rude. Well, I guess at least it means it will be pretty easy to pin her when I destroy the last one. Also, Snap, Elinia get poisoned, so I pretty much can't use her for the rest of the scenario. Also, whoa, she's slowed, that's also bad. So, let's go. Huh, this is some nice math. I've got a guaranteed kill without a guaranteed chance of me not dying, which is nice. It's working! Strike it down now! I wish I could. But I'm trying, okay? I am friggin' trying. Okay, so I actually deal some damage now. But the amount is actually sort of a joke. Okay, so this one goes for Malkasha instead of her. Weird flex, but okay. Also, yeah, this guaranteed kill is still pretty funny, honestly. So yeah, I'm not gonna repeat it again. So as you can see, I'm trying to zone of control pin here. And yeah, I'm still pretty much rip. So first of all, of course they wipe this one. Yeah, okay, this is also an option. Okay, actually I want to know what Malkasha says when she dies. Let me see. Like, let's pretend this is a good idea. I wish I could be with you now, careless. No, Elenia, not you now. Now it's up to me to put an end to this madness. I hope I can manage to do it alone. Apparently not, because I've been defeated. So obviously I have to take back... I go back a couple of steps, not this much, to work out a, well, workable solution for this. So no, maybe one more turn actually. So what was I saying about the campaign instantly moving on from Gallistaff? I think we already agreed that it was indeed a misrepresentation. So stop bullying me with that, okay? Thanks. So what I mean to do now is save far more of the undead, so I can use them against the Matrix cores. Like they are my only real source of damage right now, so I should treat them accordingly and keep them safe. Or at least somewhat safe. Safer? Right, for example, this one, I mean, sure it deals a lot of damage against me, but not as much as against others. No, I'm never gonna ignore the fact that doors without resistances have steadfast, which doubles their non-existent resistances. Like, no. In that case, I'm totally fine with you bringing up this again and again and again, because just no. No. So I can take 2 of them right off the bat, pretty easily luckily. I'm gonna give him the XP, so I might even level it up, which would be quite helpful. Then keep pinning that thing, and keep destroying those things. So not as slow, which is great for me. Then die and destroy this one. Somehow, I hope. Actually, no, let me... What? This is a keep? Why is this whole place a keep? What? Why? I don't get it. Oh, that was some nice dodging. That was a real shame. Okay, so and I actually don't have to pin that one right now. Yeah, but okay, technically, so wherever she moves, she can still recruit. But hey, what if I make him move onto a mushroom groove? Then he can't recruit anymore. Huh? Huh? Outsmarted. So yeah, it's not all keep because units, no, places with overlay hex something can't have another overlay over it. Like for example, the mushroom groove can't have a keep overlay. Which I'm honestly very fine with. Also looks like I'm doing far better than last time. So yeah, he gets slowed, but overall he still heals. So that trade is worth it for me. Also die. So I can give him the kill, so he can level up and I have another level 2 unit. Also gotta take care to protect it from the Hive Queen. So another 16 damage, pretty nice. It's working! Strike it down now! Revenant, please. Destroy the queen. Yep, that's the plan indeed. So I'm gonna stay there and I'm gonna pin this one down. So it doesn't just wreck my poor undead that never did anything to anyone. Also destroy the last of the Psycrawlers. Ah, that doesn't like the Ooh, Shrek Slayer. Not bad, you so. Okay, I take back that part where I was saying that you survived, but still good job. Honestly. So my cache is still taking loads of damage. And actually I can rest safely by now. Because the queen can't do that much damage to my fairies, so that's fine. Here. Yet Shrek Slayer did indeed die to a worm, but whatever. Come on, he had to fight a Matrix Core and multiple Sea Crawlers before he was killed off by a worm. That's not more humiliating than Galistef. And honestly, Galistef was not humiliating at all. He was slain by the enemy warlord doing Naniwa Shinnaru thing. Yeah, so not humiliating. Oh shit, my Soulless died. Whoops. Wait, no, my Walking Corpse died. My Soulless died, that's okay. So anyway, it's time to destroy this thing. So that's what I'm trying to do. Like, imagine trying to do this with undead, with skeleton undead even, or especially skeleton undead. You would deal damage, but holy shit would the counter attack hurt. Way too much even. Look, he doesn't even dare to go ranged against this one, because it would absolutely destroy him. Like this. Actually makes me wonder how the hell I'm supposed to do this now. I think I'm gonna stall a bit more for time, heal up my forest spirits again, and hope that it attacks me and I can come. Okay, it doesn't dare to counter attack, so if I do not attack it, it's just gonna keep healing, which sucks. Might have to go back a couple of turns, because I did not expect that. Ah. Okay, first of all, slow her. And then I'll catch her with a lot of damage. Die. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, I think... Whoops. Yeah, it is winnable, I'm just messing up, that's all. It's just I really want Linear to get a kill, which makes things a lot more difficult. Like, a lot. Yeah, no. Let's go back a turn and just, or maybe 2 even, and just lay the damage into her. Like, when did my... There he is, he's still alive. So first of all, slow the hell out of this thing. Keep healing him. Undo, not recruit or recall. So even if... Whoa! Even if one attacks me, it's a low chance. Actually. Which is the important part. Whoa! Aggressive. Just making sure that this worm cannot actually backstab me or something. Huh, okay, I guess I can understand it tries to attack me at that point. Wait, why am I... No. Even though the range attack hurts a lot, it also means that I can freely deal damage. So I actually should go for ranged instead of melee. Except now, when I want to just... Yep. That's perfect. And I say again, yes, it is winnable. Also, I kinda forgot to set the labels for who died. Cat Begamot, of course, did die. I sadly don't even know anymore where they died. Cat Begamot, Bola Zola is still alive, then Shrek of course. Inky died. Whoops. Totally forgot about that. And now the kill goes to me. That's 5 times 8, 40 XP. Sadly not enough. You did not see that. Sadly not enough to level up. Okay, so if I don't hit that one, then I can't do anything about it. As I was saying... Oh, come on, no, I do not wish for this. I want to kill the go-to linear. Yeah, the cannon fodder will be remembered. And I forgot to say something, but I don't remember what. Get big amount and really should save after making these lists, so I don't have to redo them when I mess up. Wolf. What? Oh, come on! So if it's like that, it's gonna miss anyway, and I can destroy it on my own. Finally! Oh, come on, I forgot to load the save instead, so the sacrifices will indeed be remembered. So, now, the unsightly behemoth let out a terrifying loud screech with its dying breath. As the creature collapsed, the alien incarnate's chest shattered and burst, releasing a great amount of energy that enveloped all in ghostly red tendrils. Ooh, yeah, I can see the red stuff. Now what? Okay. Oh, I can't do anything right now. The energy was still filling the place. The energy is filling the place! Well observed, you tender. Well observed. An energy of a kind unknown to either Ilinia or the League. Oh. It's clear now that those powers condensers were essential for running something else here. All of you, make haste and return to the surface before the hive collapses. We? What about you? Surely you have realized that I'm well past my time to roam this earth. I'm as old as a fossil, and our little fight with Alyssa and Argan in the frontier between Inferno and Erdea has truly had a long-lasting effect on my powers. The power that's consuming this place now is tearing into my very soul. It hurts. But you and I, we have many followers from diverse backgrounds. I'm sure that should you need a new necromancer to help you, many will be willing to take up my position. Just make sure to not get yourself killed, and don't forget that you are here fighting for a greater cause, one that transcends the fate of Erdea. Agent's journal. Where is it? Also note that this one undead is not undead anymore, but is shadow, just skeleton, not something that can move. Kiara! Whoa. There he goes. Malon. Tears. Famous last words, yeah. How could I let this happen? No! My lady, we cannot spend any more time here. Background explosions. Lady! Don't forget that you are here fighting for a greater cause, one that transcends the fate of Erdea. We must get out of here. Wait a moment. Did I even get XP for that kill? That way. Find an alternative exit to the surface, and now the feat is only death of Elenia, because Malcatcher is gone. Also, apparently his XP was reset when he died, when he was petrified. Let's just be safe and check if I actually got an XP. Got 78. No, I forgot it. I do not get XP on Elenia if I kill it with Elenia, because of some specific mechanics. Gosh, I hate that. 40 XP I just don't get. And yeah, Malcasha will make a nice table decoration if you manage to get him out. I'm still stuck up about not getting those 40 XP. Also, the author pointed out that this huge delay after killing the enemy boss is units dying off screen. Which actually makes me wonder why the swarm did not die when the boss died. I've always been alone. Oh. Ouch! I took damage and the explosion did destroy one of my allies, one of the statues that was left of one of my allies. Let's get out of here. Polar, Zola, Miligu, and Yotenda. I'll be alone again. Oh snap! Yeah, I'm not gonna point out who died where. I'm just gonna get the hell out of here. The spell! I must use the spell! I lost much more than that long ago. We aren't that different after all. A greater cause, one that transcends the fate of Erdea. Do you truly think that you can fight me? Well, let's write down some numbers right now. Because I remember my XP changing between the campaigns. 8. Yeah. Do note how her max XP and her max HP decreased with the destruction of the place. You don't have the power of the Union to help you anymore. Your friends are gone. Your power is our unpower is unlimited. You cannot win. Yep, she's kinda getting consumed by the place. Ouch. Must. Oh. A forest. I guess that's good. something? Where am I? Yeah, I can tell by the huge the author sends into the chat that the labels are not a great thing to carry over. And yeah, the labels do kinda ruin the scene at this point. Sad to see him, and Trexler finally joined us and is sad about them dying. Yeah, Alpha just pointed out to herself to remove all on-map labels before every fade-in, fade-out sequence, so they'll just don't have to strip on the left side on a new scene, which doesn't make sense. So now we are jumped to a different point of view. My lady? Oh. By the way, this is the place where Gallus and Alinea and Nalkesha fled from Alyssa, and Gallus died down there. Where are you? Oh. Oh. My lady, we've been looking for you. We have just received excellent news. She's not dead. But the Wesnoth facility was vaporized after destruction of the core. That's right, but she is not dead. I can feel her. I don't know where she is, but she's certainly not dead. But not in Ilya either, or is she? She's not. Good. Wherever she is, she can't bother us anymore, and Teleki was destroyed in an explosion. It's a pity that we lost the experimental core units along with such a very strategic location, but we can do without them anyway. I feel the need to ask, however, why install a third unit on our new weapon, when any of us could make a better use of it? I believe the Nozelans haven't resolved the contamination issue yet. It's not the best moment to make risky choices like that with our limited resources. We need to reclaim some land and complete the construction of the other hives. As for the original, she said we should not do anything with it yet. I see. Well, that's all I wanted to know. Don't forget that you have a mission to carry out, too. I am aware, my lady. I am well aware. To be continued. Oh snap, maybe I shouldn't have skipped that. Let's just go for the story scenario and skip the whole thing. And now we go to the to be continued. Press escape to skip. This was After the Storm episode 1, Fear, created by Iris, maintained by Iris. Graphics are mostly Iris, then there's also Kitty, Sleepwalker and Artistic Dude. A lot of other people like Fultress, Dofus. Some people I've never heard of actually, but Jedril I do know, Shadow and Wayfarer I do know as well. Zero Virus I've heard before as well, and YA and the Agray faction, which was, well, obviously plays a part in the campaign. Then music by West, for example. A lot of names really, yes, indeed. Translations by Kabusha, I think Russian, Frenchy to... Anyway, additional things, Elvish Hunter, Inky, Voltras, Kitty, me, the player, Metsk, and a couple of other people, and me, again, for playing the campaign. So basically I was thanked twice for this campaign. One for contributing feedback and one for playing. Yay. No, really, I do like seeing my name in credits. So I'm not gonna start this yet, but you see I received my golden laurel for completing it, and the next scenario would be After the Storm episode 2. Wait, why do... Iris, why would you say that I get extra thanks because I'm a cheater? I am not a cheater. I think Like, what would you consider cheating? Anyway. Also, first of all, let's stop the stream because, well, I'm done for now. And I will play the next campaign later. And Iriscon can explain to me on Discord why I would be a cheater. I'm interested in that argument. Oh, right, I'm cheating by getting added to the credits and then playing the campaign. So that's why I was getting added extra ranks. That's the way of cheating. See you next time and thanks for watching.